Most people spend their whole life working for money, but never learn how to make money work for them. That's the trap. You go to school, get a job, pay bills, repeat the cycle, and somehow still feel broke. But what if everything we were taught about money is backwards? What if the rich don't actually work harder than everyone else? They just play the game differently. In today's video, we're breaking down the biggest lessons from the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert T. Kiyosaki, a book that completely changed how millions of people think about money, jobs, investing, and freedom. And trust me, some of these lessons might seriously flip the way you see your paycheck, your future, and even your life. So stick around, because the last lesson might be the one that changes your mindset forever. Concept 1. The rich don't work for money. Most people wake up every morning stressed about money. Bills, rent, Emmy, salary, expenses. And because of fear, they stay stuck in jobs they don't even like. The book says poor and middle-class people work for money. Rich people learn how to make money work for them. That's a huge difference. See, when your whole life depends on a paycheck, you're trapped. No paycheck, problems start. Rich people focus on building systems that keep making money even when they're sleeping. That could be businesses, investments, assets, royalties, or real estate. The crazy part? Most people never learn this because schools teach us how to become employees, not owners. And honestly, that hits hard because the moment you stop trading time for money, that's when freedom actually begins. Concept 2. Assets versus liabilities. This is probably the biggest lesson in the whole book. Rich people buy assets. Poor and middle-class people buy liabilities thinking they're assets. Simple definition. Asset equals puts money into your pocket. Liability equals takes money out of your pocket. That's it. A lot of people buy expensive stuff just to look successful. Fancy phones, luxury cars, huge houses they can barely afford. And yeah, it looks cool online, but behind the scenes they're drowning in payments. That's not wealth. That's pressure wearing designer clothes. Rich people focus first on buying things that generate income. Stocks, businesses, rental properties, skills that can make money. They don't buy liabilities to impress people because real wealth is invisible at first. Nobody claps when you invest quietly. But years later, everybody notices the results. That's the game. Concept 3. Why financial education matters. The book says one of the biggest problems is this. People spend years studying subjects in school, but almost nobody learns how money actually works. We learn math, science, history, but nobody teaches taxes, investing, debt, cash flow, or financial freedom. And because of that, many smart people still struggle financially. The author says money without financial education is dangerous. Because if you suddenly get money but don't know how to manage it, it disappears fast. That's why some lottery winners go broke. Financial education helps you understand how money flows, how investments work, how debt works, how taxes work, how businesses grow. And once you understand the rules, you stop playing life blindly. That's powerful because money is kind of like a game. If you don't know the rules, you keep losing and wondering why. Concept 4. Mindset is everything. One of the biggest differences between rich and poor people is mindset. Poor mindset says, I can't afford it. Rich mindset says, how can I afford it? That small difference changes everything. One mindset shuts your brain off. The other forces your brain to find solutions. The book explains that fear and doubt stop most people from becoming successful. Fear of losing money, fear of failure, fear of looking stupid. But rich people understand something important. Failure is part of learning. Every successful entrepreneur failed at some point. Every investor made mistakes. Every creator had bad ideas, but they kept going. Meanwhile, most people quit too early because they want instant success. And honestly, that's one of the biggest reasons people stay average. Concept 5. The rat race. The book talks about something called the rat race. Here's how it works. You earn money, your lifestyle increases, your expenses increase. Now you need more money, so you work harder, repeat forever. That cycle traps millions of people. Every salary increase becomes an excuse for bigger spending. New phone, bigger car, more EMI, more pressure. and suddenly your job owns you. That's the scary part. The author says financial freedom comes when your passive income becomes higher than your expenses, meaning your money starts covering your life. That's when you finally gain time freedom. Because at the end of the day, the real flex isn't expensive stuff. It's freedom. Freedom to choose how you spend your time. Concept 6. Don't work only for salary. This lesson is underrated. The book says don't choose jobs only for money. Choose jobs that teach you valuable skills. Because skills can make you rich way faster than salaries. For example, sales skills, communication, leadership, marketing, investing, negotiation. These skills compound over time. A lot of highly educated people struggle financially because they only specialize in one thing. But rich people understand multiple skills. And in today's world, skills are everything. One strong skill can literally change your life. Especially now with YouTube, freelancing, businesses, and online opportunities everywhere. The internet changed the game completely. Concept 7. The rich use corporations and systems. The book explains how rich people use businesses and systems to protect and grow money. Most employees earn money, pay taxes, spend what's left. Business owners often earn money, invest money, then pay taxes on what remains. That's why understanding business matters. Rich people don't just work harder. They build structures, systems, teams, investments. That's how wealth scales. One person working alone has limits. But systems can grow without depending completely on one person's time. That's a major mindset shift. Concept 8. Fear and excuses keep people broke. The author says most people have excuses ready for everything. I'm too young. I'm too old. I don't have money. The economy is bad. I'll start later. But later often becomes never. The truth is almost everybody feels fear. The difference is successful people act anyway. That's what separates dreamers from doers. And honestly, this part hits deep because a lot of people are waiting for the perfect moment. But perfect moments rarely exist. You start messy. You learn. You improve on the way. That's real growth. Concept 9. Focus on building wealth, not looking rich. Social media made this problem even worse. People want to look rich before actually becoming rich. So they spend money on appearances. But the book teaches the opposite. Real wealth is ownership. Ownership of businesses, investments, assets, skills, time. A rich-looking lifestyle without assets is fragile. Because if income stops, everything crashes. That's why many people who look successful are secretly stressed financially. Meanwhile, actual wealthy people often live simpler than you'd expect. Because they understand delayed gratification. Meaning, they sacrifice temporary pleasure for long-term freedom. And that mindset is rare today. Concept 10. Money should be a tool, not a master. The final big lesson is this. Money is important, but it shouldn't control your entire life. A lot of people sacrifice health, relationships, happiness, peace, just chasing money endlessly. But the goal of money is freedom, not slavery with better clothes. The book teaches that financial intelligence gives you options, and options create freedom. Freedom to spend time with family, freedom to work on things you enjoy, freedom to say no to toxic situations. That's the real purpose, not just flexing online for strangers. Powerful conclusion. So after all these lessons, what's the biggest takeaway from Rich Dad, Poor Dad? It's this. Your future is not decided by how much money you make. It's decided by how well you understand money. Because a high salary alone doesn't make you rich. A luxury lifestyle doesn't make you rich. Looking successful online doesn't make you rich. Real wealth is having assets. Real wealth is having freedom. Real wealth is having control over your time and your choices. And maybe the hardest truth in this book is this. Most people stay stuck not because they're dumb, but because they never learned the rules of money. But now you have the chance to learn them. So start small. Learn skills. Build assets. Think long-term. And stop chasing the image of success. Start building the real thing. Because at the end of the day, the goal isn't just to make money. The goal is to build a life where money no longer controls you. And tell me, which concept of this book hit you the hardest? In the comments section. And if this video helped you even a little, hit subscribe and join the journey. Because we're not just chasing success here. See you in the next one.